That took way too long to figure out. Now it's like dark. I don't think I need that light. It's gonna attract a lot of bugs. Let's see. I'll keep the light on for a minute. Starts with a whisper, a shimmering light. Oh, that's in the night. Alright. Here's what I'm trying to do. Notice. I have most people a very sad looking. Oh, I just knocked the petals off. It looks like a poppy. A very sad poppy. And I'm going to try to plant it and hopefully it will come back to life. And maybe even if it doesn't, it'll come back to life next year, possibly. I don't know. Ooh, there's gonna be bugs everywhere. God, that's okay. There's always bugs everywhere. Maybe too many rocks right there. There. Okay. Hang on. It needs to be in a spot. Ooh, mosquitoes. It needs to be in a spot with a lot of sunlight. That would be a really good spot for it. But I don't know if I can break through. I guess I'll do it a foot over, but then it's gonna look all ugly because it's right next to the garbage that has to be taken to the dump. Really easy to dig through though. Is that Karina Lorenzo? Yo, how is it going? I don't know why it has some. I'm trying to plant this poppy. I think it's a poppy. I'm not sure. I was gonna do it like half an hour ago, but I really wanted to connect my old phone to the internet and it wasn't working out. Long story short, I had to connect it to the Bluetooth on this phone so I could listen to music while I'm also on YouTube on this phone. But yeah, I'm trying to plant a poppy or something that looks like a poppy that I'm trying to bring back to life and attracting a lot of mosquitoes in the process. Yeah, it was whatever it is, it's on its way out, but if I could keep it alive at least, maybe it will come back or drop some seeds. And then maybe next year there will be some cool pink poppies right next to the door. I don't know. It was next to this debris pile. Or well, it was like growing out of the side of someone's debris pile and they didn't want it. And there were so many pretty flowers back there. Next time I go there, I'm gonna grab even more crazy looking flowers and hopefully have a spot to plant them. If I have to, I'll just plant them like on the border of the woods. They're growing like that. Yeah, this one was like half out of the debris pile, and it was kind of sad probably because it got partial sun. But there's these really pretty flowers right behind it that I can't imagine get a lot of sun. And those ones are doing really well, but they want that whole area cleared out So everything that's there, I get to bring home with me. So yeah, that is what I am doing. Lupin seeds around the house. Nice. I've seen a lot of really pretty lupins lately. Lupins everywhere lately. Sorry, I don't know what my other phone is doing at the moment. Right? Can't beat free flowers. Huh. My other phone's acting weird. It's okay. It's attracting a lot of mosquitoes having that light, but I kind of do need a little bit of light, I guess. A lot of mosquitoes. Holy cow. I'm gonna do this quick and then get out of Dodge. Aw, shoot. Literally all of the petals fell off just now. I biked all the way here and it had petals and they all just fell off. This is not as rewarding as I thought it was gonna be. Ugh. Had a purple, yellow, and maroon lupin. Ooh. It froze. Oh, probably really bad connection at the moment. Happens around here. Not the prime spot for any kind of cellular or internet anything. Oh well, I'm just gonna really half-assedly put it in the ground real quick so I can run away from these skeeters. There's a lot of them. At least I soaked it in water, so. And it did still have roots attached to it. So I'm hoping it won't die forever completely. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It was literally growing sideways. Um, they had one of those debris piles that's like kind of like a wooden box or like a fence, and it was growing sideways out of the gap in the planks. So I just planted it, and it is very sideways, but that's okay. Might as well. Why not? Roots are indeed important. But yeah, at least other things are pretty. Ugh, it would be so nice out if it weren't for the freaking mosquitoes. Said hi, hi. That's funny, there's two Karinas. I am putting the trowel back where I found it. Oh, apparently I'm playing music now too. Oh, and I took someone's glove. I'm gonna put that back too. Ugh, now I'm really itchy. Mm, pretty good song. I don't know how well you can even hear it, but I like it. Maybe I'll find some pretty flowers to show. That one's really pretty. Many a flowers yet to bloom. Yes, indeed. Oh, I can't remember the name of that. The purplish lilies. Asiatic? I don't remember. What are these guys? Can't remember what those are. But yeah, lots of pretty flowers. So yeah, it's getting very dark. Um, but anyway, did you plant? Wait, so you said you planted a bunch of lupin seeds recently? I'm not good at multitasking. Yeah, I'm probably gonna freeze a lot. Hopefully it will freeze on a pretty flower though. Like these. Spider. Am I still frozen? Yes. Those aren't the best hydrangeas either. In my opinion, I like the, well, my favorite ones are the purple and blue globe ones. Those are really pretty. But yes, I love me some hydrangeas. I have no idea how long I've been back for. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff blooming. Bunch of lilies again. Ooh, I can see if the raccoons are under the tiny shack. They're probably not. I only saw them that one day, but we've been hearing all kinds of critters under there. What's my favorite animal? I'm a big fan of foxes, but I'm not sure if I had to pick, like, are we talking wild animals or pets? Because I think my answer might be different. I have always loved foxes. I really, I would like to have a black and gray fox or a fennec fox. Pets. Foxes would be good outdoor pets, but not indoor pets. Ooh, I just heard a mouse behind me. Um, Pets. My favorite pet was my cat for sure. But if I were to get a new pet, next time I get an animal that is actually going to live inside the house, it would be a dog. Because, I mean, cats are super easy, they're cute and cuddly, they're fun. I love cats, but dogs give you a reason to, go get up and explore because you feel guilty if you don't? Yes, Doobie was the best cat in the world. I still have to get rid of his litter box. I got all this junk. All this nasty junk. Gotta make a trip to the dump. I kept his favorite toy though. I kept his octopus toy. But yeah, I'll take a peek underneath the house. I doubt we'll see anything, but there is a small chance. Cat called Ash. My cat's made of ashes now, which is really depressing. Funny, but not funny. Was it gray? That'd be a good name for a gray cat. Mine was black. He had green eyes. I know, dark joke. And I got him from one of my friends in high school. Um, and I didn't tell my parents that I got him. And she had already named him. I was supposed to get a white cat. I was supposed to get a white fluffy cat, and instead she gave me a black cat with short fur, and she named him Doobie, and she's like, you can have him on one condition, and that's you don't change his name. But his name was very fitting. There could not have been a better name for that cat, because no matter what he was doing, it appeared as if he had just smoked 100 doobies. But yeah, I'm gonna look under the house. I'm all my talking probably made the raccoons climb up into the, oh, what are they called? They're like little cubbies of wood that support the house. Yeah, Doobie was special. Very special. Literally and metaphorically. Orientation locked. Rotate the device back. What if I don't want it? Any rabid raccoons down there today? Doesn't look like it. Well, it's too bad. I don't know if the raccoons will come back or not. They might have just been passing through. I'd like to think that they'll come back and I can train them to be my outside pets that don't have rabies. That's the ideal situation. Maybe teach them tricks, start a raccoon circus of some kind. Cat was in the trampoline. Bitten? What? What bit? Wait, what bit your cat? Trampoline? Oh, with a bitten ear when he came back. Doobie had a tiny little, not like a bite out of his ear, but one of his ears had a tiny, teeny little chip in it. But he was always that way. I took him on many adventures. We explored back here. I would take him out here so he could go to the bathroom like a dog, which was a great idea till he started scratching at the door every second of the day because he knew I would take him out. That'd be cool if I ran into the owls again, but I doubt that would happen with so much light and noise going on. Oh, you came back from a fight? That sucks. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I had a cat named Yabba, Yabba Dabba Doo, and he just up and went missing. He wasn't supposed to be an outdoor cat, but I did let him outside a lot, and he would just chill in the yard just like Doobie did. And one day, well, he started like every time Skeeto, every time someone would open the door, he would try to bolt outside and go chill in the yard. And one day he apparently did that and he never came back. And yeah, Yappa was an awesome cat. He was funny. Um, but one day, jump scare. Um, One day he disappeared, never came back, and the same week, my neighbor said that his crazy cat got into a fight and killed some other cat. And I asked him what the other cat looked like, and he described a pretty similar cat to Yaba, but I don't think it was him. Could have been though. I was not very happy to hear that. Yeah, all of our pets had funny names. Except, I guess, Maya, the puggle, the funniest looking pet that we ever had the most normal name. We had a golden retriever named Yoshi. We had a Chow Lab mix named Boo. And we had another golden later named Bowser. And my cat, when I was little, when I was like 3, I got to name her and I got to pick her out, and I named her Smoochie Baducci, and we called her Smoochie or Smoochebug for short. That's probably the weirdest name of all of our pets. What other pets? I feel like we had other pets that had weird names too. I can't remember. Smoochebug was awesome. She would like to sleep on my head, on top of the pillow, on top of my head, or in an Easter basket that I would put on my stomach. I had to invent a pulley system on the door for Smoochebug because I always wanted to sleep with the door closed when I first went to bed, and she would always come scratching at the door. So I just had this like rope thing attached to the door, and I would pull it and just let her in. But Yabba could open the doors himself because we had those handles you just pull down. And he would just he figured out how to open any door except for the actual front door. Yet he still escapes somehow. I don't know how he did that. Oh, and the chinchilla, his real name was Hibernius. That was an interesting name. We just called him Chinch though. But Hibernius was pretty fitting. He was an old, wise looking chinchilla. Oh yeah, Snuggles, Micah, Cappuccino. I don't remember a cappuccino. I do remember the bunny, the dwarf black bunny that I couldn't decide on his name. I kept switching between Shadow and Shamrock or Clover or something. I know, we had way too many pets. So many pets. Do you like chinchillas? They're pretty good pets, but the only downside is the dust is one thing, the volcanic ash that they have to roll around in to keep their fur clean and healthy and everything. That's not too big of a deal if you have like, wood or tile floor, just sweep it up or vacuum or whatever. But they literally poop like every few seconds. so you can't, like, snuggle up with them, and it's impossible because they're adorable, so you want to, and, for the longest time, I wouldn't, like, let him sit in my lap or anything, 'cause I didn't want him pooping on me, but after a while, I was like, "He's too cute, you just gotta let him poop on you," you know? But, other than the poop thing, they make great pets. That was one of the first rabbits. Yeah, one of the rabbits that, went to go help the Easter bunny on Easter, went to go help him, uh, 'cause I think a fox or something got into their pen and, like, obliterated all of our rabbits, so you told us that, they went to go help the Easter bunny on Easter. I mean, I'm sure I don't remember, I was too young to even remember. I'm sure it was devastating, but it would be a lot more devastating if, we actually saw what really happened to all the bunnies. It was definitely a good call. Much more preferable to think that they were helping out the Easter bunny for sure. That was a good call. Sometimes it's the right choice to lie to your kids. Right? I wonder, I'm sure someone's tried that before, putting little diapers on them, but then they'd get all nasty. I don't know. I mean, sometimes if you have a really smart chinchilla, it it would probably know not to pee somewhere that it knows it's gonna, like, get on its fur. So maybe it would just poop in the diaper if you don't have 'em out for too long. That might work, but it could get stuck on his fur. It's good in theory, but in practice, I don't think it would go so well. But yeah, if they didn't poop all the time, I would love to have, like, an army of chinchillas. They're very entertaining. Ah, yes, I hope your knee is feeling better than it has been, and I hope Ben's doing well too. I meant to text him today, but I was too busy. And I ran into one of our old friends. I actually ran into someone. I'll have to tell you about that tomorrow. But yeah, I hope Ben's feeling better. And one of our old friends hopes he feels better and seemed worried about him. But yeah, hopefully your plants are still alive with Brian taking care of them for you. That's good that Ben's okay. Have have you been tested for the genetic whatever it's called that might kill all of us? Because I have not yet. Well, I mean, a lot of your plants came from tiny little nubs in the free pile, so I'm sure they could be brought back from that if they are a little sad when you can finally get back to them. Well, that's good. I hope you're negative for it. I don't know if that makes my odds any different or not, but I hope none of the rest of us have it because that would really suck. And needles are like my biggest phobia, so anything involving that, I don't want to have. But I hope you feel better and I hope you can start getting back to hiking and all the fun things soon enough. Guess what? What? Mm. There's so many mosquitoes out here, it's crazy. I might have to go inside. These skeeters are just attacking me. You said guess what? Um, what is my guess? I can't think of a witty guess to answer that question. Oh, I heard another critter. It's always mice, and I can never actually see them. They're too fast. Ugh. You found an egg in the streets? What kind of egg? Like a chicken egg? An egg you'd get at the store, or like some kind of, I don't know, a dragon egg, a dinosaur egg? What kind of egg are we talking here? Ostrich? It just hatched? Oh, so did you find like the shell of it, or did it have anything in it? Either way, interesting find. I always like to keep my eyes out for, all the goings on with the wildlife and the critters and whatnot. Phew, so many mosquitoes. Oh my goodness. Oh, I just saw a lightning bug. I don't know. I probably have too much light, so it probably won't show up on the camera anyway. And it's so laggy and low quality. Have another Phoebe baby? Oh, which one is that again? Oh, those are the ones that I found, right? One of them, one of the birds I found in the nest underneath the porch, it just died. It got squished by all the other birds and it died. And I didn't find it in time. So sad. I got rid of it in the woods, so hopefully it wasn't dead for way too long and maybe they can repurpose the nest next year. I don't know if they will or not. But the one that, oh, you sent me a picture of it. Oh, I don't think I can check it. I don't know what will happen if I close the YouTube app. I'll have to look at it once I get off of here. It was a robin? Oh, you found like a baby robin fresh hatched inside the egg? That'd be awesome. Phew. Guess what I'm having for dinner? Pizza. Again. That's a sick find, Karina. Have you had pet birds before? Are you taking care of it? Have you like became its mother bird? Oh, you didn't keep it? What'd you do with it? Did you give it to one of the wildlife people? Those numbers you call that when you find an animal, you just call them and they just come pick it up for you? Or did you just like put it somewhere and hope for the best? No. What'd you do with it? Did you eat it? Oh, it's gonna rain tomorrow. I have to put my bike in the greenhouse rehabilitator. The no way was for the pizza. I've been eating way too much pizza. If I wasn't moving around all day, I'd be morbidly obese probably. I gotta start eating better food for sure. It's DiGiorno's though. It's so good. Stuffed crust, pepperoni. It's delicious. I gotta figure out how to put my bike away and not drop anything, hopefully. I'm sure this lighting will only be mildly terrifying for anyone who's watching. But yeah, I want to know what happened with the bird. Now I'm curious. Okay, I gotta flip. I gotta put this in my bike basket. Okay. Oh, that's my other phone. Which way is this? Oh, okay. It's up the right way. It's gonna have. I'm gonna take care of the robin till it turns to an adult. Good on you. That's awesome. I was gardening at someone's house last year, and we found a cedar waxwing, and it was just sitting in this shrub and it wouldn't move, and it was just lethargic, and it let me pick it up, and I took it home. I was like teaching it to fly and everything, and it seemed to be going really well, and then it just died, just randomly died. But I looked up everything proper to feed it and whatnot, but I think it was just sick and it was too late. But I tried. He died comfortably in a nice giant nest I made for him out of like I think really soft chinchilla shavings and a laundry hamper. Phew. I am gonna have to like shut this light off and wait and then barge into the door super fast so the mosquitoes don't devour me. Ugh, I wish I brought a candle or something outside with me so I could distract them, have them go elsewhere. It's almost pitch black. Maybe, I don't know. I invited an army of mosquitoes now to come at me, and I don't want to let them in because then they'll just be biting me all night and I won't be able to sleep. So yeah, it was definitely not the best idea to plant that while the sun was setting, but you know, couldn't wait. It would I think it would definitely die if I waited any longer. It's probably gonna die anyway, but hey, at least I tried, right? What pets do you have, Karina? Well, the not the Karina I know, but the Karina I don't know. If you're still there, I don't even know. I can't really I can tell how many people are watching, but I can't tell who is watching that I know of anyways. So weird too. I don't understand this streaming stuff. I'm not trying to be like a professional streamer. I just do it for shits and gigs and to occasionally show my family what I'm doing. But people have like next to their names in the chat, they have crowns and numbers. Like, I don't know what that means. And they're different shades of purple. I don't know what that means. Maybe it means you're a subscriber? I have no clue. I think I'm gonna make a run for it into the door. I think I'm gonna do it. Oh, I should water that. Oh well, I let it soak in the water. No, I'm gonna do it. I'm still gonna water it. Well, I figure I'm really bad at answering the phone, but I am always watching YouTube, so when I'm like, just hanging out or doing whatever, I might as well just record on YouTube anyway. First and second person. Oh, to like enter the chats. I think I get what you mean. Okay. Oh, I'm sure I just let mosquitoes in here. I had it set up so people could join the live, but I think you need to like create a link for that or like to join and like video chat or be on the panel. But I have no idea how to do that. So I turned the option on, but no clue how to give people access to do so. Okay, I'm gonna put this down. Let's see. It's so messy. It's such a cluster in here. I literally don't even want to show it. It is really bad. Tiny place, not a lot of space, too many things. When it's actually finished, then we'll have designated places to put things, which would be nice. But for now, chaos everywhere. What emoji is that? Is that dog? Ah, there's a mosquito on me. Fucker. Oh, mosquitoes, man. I'm gonna have to go on a mosquito killing rampage before I go to sleep tonight. But yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what to talk about. I'm always like, after I've been gardening all day and biking, I've like trained my brain to just kind of shut off by this time. So, not a lot going on upstairs. It's definitely gardening, landscaping in general is definitely an interesting thing because it's therapeutic in many ways, but it's also so stressful at the same time and intense. But I like it because you can just zone out and stay moving, stay busy. And yet it's like pulling teeth to actually organize the house. But I could weed a gigantic garden bed and like break my back doing that. And somehow that seems like less effort to me than just like doing simple tasks. Where are you from? I'm a Maine above. I'm from the great state of Maine. Apparently there's a serial or not maybe not serial killer. Apparently there's a rapist murderer on the loose right now too. So I don't know where you're from, but if you're from Maine, be careful of that. Don't get raped and murdered. Because apparently there's someone out there doing that shit. What is that? Good night, mother. I'll talk to you tomorrow, I'm sure. Oh yeah, I'll call you tomorrow at some point. I hope you have a good night. I am gonna make pizza. What is what? What is Maine? Or what is I was I was talking about being from Maine and then I was saying that there's a murderer on the loose, like a guy who murders people. I love you too, Mom. Yeah, so some of the things I say, you might hear it kind of weird because the service is just horrible out here. Like to me on my phone, it everything looks super duper clear and perfect, but when I watch my own live streams back, it's all like pixely and half the time you can't hear what I'm even saying. So, yeah. I got grass all over my toes and mosquito guts on my legs. That's fun. Guatemala. What's that like? I'm not a traveler. I have not been many places. Ugh, the floor was just swept. Now I have grass on my feet. I don't know a lot about Guatemala at all. And I've seen some things, but not enough to really I'm not good with geography in general, so that's what I hear about it. America is getting poorer and poorer every day, but it will not well, I mean, it depends where. A lot of it is getting poorer, more poor, and less beautiful because they've built so many like giant ugly concrete cities and they're running out of money and so like the businesses are shutting down and it's just like a giant concrete hellhole. I would hate to live in a city like a big and obviously everyone lives in a city, but I would hate to live in like a busy big city like New York or Las Vegas or something like that. Ugh. I like places where you can go hiking and have some kind of body of water, you know, rivers, ponds, good candy, huh? You know, we had a Japanese exchange student once that stayed with my family, and they brought such good candy. It was like, I have no idea what it's called, but it was like a Starburst, but seemed a lot healthier for you than Starbursts are. And it was green apple, and it was so good. I was so sad I couldn't get any more of it because I'm not from Japan. Japanese people have all kinds of like crazy food, both good and bad. What kind of good candy did they have? A lot of places in Maine have really good taffy. Some people say toffee. I say taffy. I've seen a lot of places have like little bakeries, cupcake stores. Um, but I have seen a couple candy shops where I don't know why, the main thing is always like Maine taffy. You did not eat the chicken? Did you have it for its eggs? Or did you just have a chicken? And you must eat in the eggs, right? I want to get some chickens. They would eat some of the bugs around here. And fresh eggs. Good to have. What kind of dog did you have? I'm gonna try to click on something to make it so other people can join the live, but I don't know what I'm doing at all. So it might cut off completely. So I'm sorry for that in advance, and I will be right back. But there's this button, and I don't know what it does, and I'm tempted to click on it. Why do I keep getting all these? Every time I go live, somebody said hi, or I said hi, but they don't just say hi. They say that they said hi. I don't know if that's I don't know what's up with that. But hi. A wiener dog. I knew a chick who had a wiener dog. She treated it like it was a child or something, and she was insistent that it would be vegan. I don't think that was a very happy dog. I had one little dog, the pug beagle. Very strange little critters those are. Said hi. Said hi twice now. Hello, hello. Couldn't type what's up. Oh. Oh, talking about nothing, being boring, boring stream, boring things. End of a long day, not much to really do. Usually I would just be stuffing my face and watching Netflix until I fall asleep at like 3 in the morning. Oh, there's so many mosquitoes in here now. Opening the door after having that light on was such a bad idea. I'm gonna have to get me like a mosquito killing towel and just whip them all. Thank you. They're not real if you couldn't tell. Well, one was real. I think that was the real one, but I wanted two of them. I don't know. It's been so long since I've had them. I can't remember which one was my real dimple. Probably that one because it looks all weird when I go like that. They probably like put it slightly above where the actual dimple was or something. But thank you though. I kind of wish that they did it further to the side. I don't know. Sometimes when I smile, I feel like it looks weird. Like the lines in my cheeks, like I don't know. There's just something hindsight's 2020, you know? But who knows? It might look weird if they were like right there. But I like the ones that are right there, but I don't know. Only certain people can pull them off. I don't like the ones that are like way too close to your mouth. If mine were any closer to my mouth, I would have taken them out by now. They are a pain in the ass, though. I don't recommend anyone gets dimple piercings. I had a crazy, horrible experience with those. Oh my God. I also used to smoke cigarettes, and like it's paramount that you keep your mouth clean and you're supposed to brush your teeth. Some people will say not to use mouthwash because it will like kill or damage the cells that are trying to heal or whatever. But you're supposed to, I would recommend mouthwash after drinking anything but water, brushing your teeth after you eat anything when they're first healing, because like the slightest thing will get them irritated or infected. And I had a horrible experience with that. That's why you got to make sure if you ever get a facial piercing, especially like near your mouth, do not fiddle with it with your hands. The slightest amount of bacteria can just, oh, it's awful. I had some sort of like infection happen because the people who pierced it, they didn't give me long enough bars to account for the swelling that happens when you get a piercing. So they started swelling, and I was smoking cigarettes, which I'm sure was not good for the healing process. And it got embedded in, like, the more it swelled, the more it would be irritated because I didn't have a whisker piercing sticking out of my face. So it just kept swelling, would get deeper and deeper into my skin and irritate it more. And I woke up and my cheek was the size of a softball. And I freaked the fuck out, obviously. And luckily, I went to a different piercing slash tattoo shop, and there was someone who was nice enough to like remove my piercings with pliers. We went to the doctor first, and the doctor was like, "We might have to surgically remove these." And I'm like, "No." But basically, he had to like cut the piercing, the cut the ball off and then just take it out and put super long ones in. And I think they put me on antibiotics, and I got to gradually put smaller ones in as it healed. And it's as long as um you don't touch them with super dirty hands. Once you've had them for a long time and you have good dental hygiene, it's pretty easy to take care of them. Yeah, cigarettes not good for anything. Um, but yeah, in the early stages of when they're healing, just look at videos of it on YouTube. You'll find some really nasty stuff that happens with that. I seriously thought my face was gonna be deformed forever. That was not a good time. But yeah, I quit smoking. Good thing. Bad, bad habit. And it stinks. Now I hate the smell of cigarette smoke. But yeah, I don't even know what I'm listening to on my other phone right now. It's just been doing its own thing for like an hour. I don't know if anyone can even hear it. I've been getting the most random songs stuck in my head today. What was the one I was listening to? Right? Yeah, nobody wants that shit. Ugh. Let's see. What kind of music do you guys like? And I like pretty much every genre except for like super poppy kind of stuff, like modern pop music. I don't like that. But I like I like Audio Slave, Soundgarden, which is pretty much the same thing. Um, I like old school country, certain classical songs, pretty much everything. RATM? What is that? I'm not hip to it. I like metal, but I like metal that has more singing than screaming. Oh, Rage Against the Machine. Yes, me too. I went through a big Rage Against the Machine phase. Every single night, I would listen to them. That's pretty much what I do with all music. If I find something I like, I listen to it until it drives me insane, and then I find the next thing. Oops. What phone am I using, ma'am? Ma'am? That makes me feel old. I am getting old. What phone? Why do you ask? Incubus. I can't I know I've heard some of their stuff. I can't remember which ones are theirs. I really like Perfect Circle. It's too pixelated. Yeah. I think that's just the connection out here. It just sucks. Like the internet, we got a Wi-Fi extender, but for whatever reason my phone won't connect to it and the cellular data stuff is just shit. Tool? Yes. Yes indeed. You can. I can only imagine what it looks like. On my end, it looks crystal clear. That's funny that anyone's even watching if I'm just a big glob of pixels right now. Yeah. Where you from? Maina, Bob. I'm a Maina. Where are you from? Peyton? Maynard. No, I'm a Mainer. Maine. But a true Mainer would say Maina. I'm a Maina bum. Finland. Interesting. The I don't even know how to pronounce that. Avkazir mixed. I'm sorry. Are you Christian? Why do you think I'm Christian? I don't have any concrete religious beliefs. I like to think that there's something after, but I'm one of those people who I don't like to fully believe something until I see some pretty solid proof, you know what I mean? It's funny, I don't think most people who see me get the impression that I'm Christian, but I don't know. I don't care if anyone's Christian. And if I had to pick one, that would probably be the one I would pick, but I'm not fully committing to any religious belief. Open-minded though. If God wants to, beam himself down here from wherever he is and say hi, I will be a Christian right then and there. Right? The good ones are great. And a lot of my values align with theirs, the real ones, and not, the fake ones. The ones who like to say they are, but don't act like they are, you know what I mean? But, I mean, my basic moral compass and general beliefs of the world and how we should treat each other aligns with a lot of what the good Christians believe in. So, is a song you might not like it. Here, hear the song. Don't ask everything. I'll check it out. Evo. Oh, oops. Oh, I found it. Play games. Oh man, I played way too much Red Dead 2. Oh man, I hope they make a new one so freaking bad. I don't play a lot of games, but when I do, if I have responsibility to take care of, play it from when I wake up to when I go to sleep. Um, The Last of Us 2, I enjoyed that. Yes, I freaking love Red Dead. Oh, I love it so much. And now that we have a Wi-Fi extender, maybe I can play Red Dead Online because I've been really wanting to do that. But I've just played, the typical story mode like more times than I should probably admit to all the way through. Oops. Shit. I'm gonna play that song. Oops. Oh shit, I turned on full blast, I think. Let me know if it's too loud. Do I know how to rage bait people? Yes. Are you talking specifically in video games or just online in general? I'm trying to be not as because so many fucking mosquitoes in here. I'm trying to not rage bait people when I'm live streaming with my face out in the world. Pretty funky song. In general, yes. I was a lot better at it when I was a teenager, though. I swear, the older I get, the less quick-witted I become. I'm saying I don't bait people while I'm live streaming and get the public to hate me. You know what I mean? Like it would be fun, it would be entertaining, but I don't know if that's the road I want to go down. And I won't I'll say my opinions and whatnot. Although I couldn't understand the words, I like the sound. I like most genres. Ugh, it always is. I'm sorry. I wish there's something I could do about it, but there's just I don't know what to do about it. It just sucks out here. Maybe by tomorrow we can figure out the internet or the Wi-Fi extender thing. That might help, but I don't know. This location is just notoriously bad for any kind of online anything. Oops. Somehow my old phone I'm using to play music is doing pretty well. It has better service than this phone or my stream seems to, which is ironic because it only has any internet because it's connected to the Bluetooth of this phone. The Burger King man. Uh, I don't I don't know. Did you mean to say Burger King? Or are you talking Burger King? Because I definitely know of the Burger King man, who's the mascot of Burger King. Why? I'm very curious to know why you asked that. He got kicked off the plane for asking for some water? Wait, what? I'm so confused. The only Burger King man I know of is like the mascot of Burger King. I haven't seen a Burger King commercial in a long time, except for the ones they show on YouTube that just show like burgers. Look him up. Okay. Burger. Are you baiting me into looking up some weird shit? Burger King. Man. Lane. All right, I'm looking into it. Oh, I think I did see this actually. He yeah, just a dude wearing a Burger King hat, which I guess does make him the Burger King for that day anyway. Watch it with me. That's not funny. That's not funny. That's not funny at all. Oh shit! Wait, who swung first? Okay, he's sitting. He's pointing his finger. He stands up, throws his hand down. Oh, the camera isn't pointed at him. It looked like he was just aggressively walking towards someone, and one of the flight attendants or someone just decks him in the face. Damn. I've never been on a plane, but I would have loved to be a fly on the wall for that one. Man, all for some water, eh? It always is. Okay, I am a respectable, politically correct person, okay? It's not funny. It's not funny. And not true. You're gonna get me in trouble bringing up these topics. I've been trying I've been trying so hard to just stick to, you know, the mundane, boring shit and gardening and biking and what I usually do throughout the day. I don't know what this is. Oop. Yeah, good luck. At least I have two people watching, so I guess you know, I don't have that much to worry about realistically. It is ironic though because I am a very anxious person. So like I don't know, I have a clash of my philosophies when it comes to like putting yourself on social media. You know what I mean? Like on one hand, I don't give a shit what anyone thinks about me. But on the other hand, knowing that people have conflict with me, I don't know, it just stresses me out. And I know that a lot of topics I would usually talk about would get a lot of people really riled up if I did have a lot of people watching. So I'm kind of content with barely anyone watching. Some, something. Let's have something. I know, right? It's easier said than done, but I have like, man, I'm a worry wart, or more like a panic constant fight or flight kind of existence, you know? I stress about retarded shit that doesn't matter all the time. That is true. Yep, I could literally be the most um the most PC, unproblematic, as they like to say, angel, and someone would find an issue with something. Which I mean, I'm sure they, as much as I find people like that to be absurd, I know they find me absurd. The difference is I don't hate them for what they think or say, you know? As long as they're not hateful, like literally hating people for beliefs and shit. I just don't get that line of talking. Let's talk about school moment. You mean let's talk about school for a moment? In what regard? Like the state of the schooling system of the modern school system? Or like stories from being in school? I hated school too. You're in school? Are you in high school or something? I wish I could I wish I could go back to high school, but not literally go back to school. Go back to having no responsibilities whatsoever. The rules. Yeah, I dropped out of high school. I didn't even bother with the GED or anything like that because I'm up to a certain point, I felt I had learned everything I'll use in the real world. The rest of it is just filler. They're just babysitting us, you know? There was all these unnecessary study halls, and my middle school had silent sustained reading time, and it's like any of or just classes that do not apply to the person, like in high school specifically. Like if you're not going to be a scientist after a certain point, science class is a waste of time. You could be using that time to figure out what you actually want to do or learn a trade or something, you know? I don't know. There's some decent schools out there that actually try to figure out something that the kids are good at, and they will like set them up with extracurriculars or even job training for that, like vocational schools. Um, there was like an alternative school I went to for a short period of time, and I was already checked out of the whole thing by that point. I was over it. I didn't want to be there. But it was way better than the high school, the normal high school. They would I think they actually had shop class, and they would sometimes take people on nature walks and stuff and do all kinds of stuff you usually wouldn't do sitting around in a stupid high school classroom all day. Right, Peyton? I agree with that to an extent. Like obviously everyone needs to know how to read, how to write. It's beneficial to know about history. They should teach a whole lot more about the economy and how to handle money and be an adult. And I could see some value in like home economics and stuff like that. They should they should definitely focus more on things that you can actually use in real adult life. But when it comes to things like math, I mean, Christ, everybody has a calculator. There are certain trades that it helps a lot if you're good at math, but most people, after a certain point, it is pointless, you know? They're just doing it to get their diploma, and they're wasting probably what's gonna be the best years of their lives, what could have been, just sitting around in some class they're never gonna use. Yeah, I do not like math. I am no mathematician. I was much more of a, like an art and I liked art and sports. Those were the best things that my school had to offer, in my opinion. There was a lot of sitting around doing fuck all. And it was in compared to what I see online of modern schools, I went to a pretty good one, but it still was just so much wasted time. Like, if I have children, they're being homeschooled for sure. I think, and it sucks because I know it's so unachievable for so many people, with how expensive the cost of living is today. But I think ideally, what people should do, if we could hypothetically afford it, is homeschool your children and have a community of parents who are all homeschooling their kids, and they can literally homeschool, they can collaborate with the homeschooling. You know what I mean? Yeah, a lot of schools now, after the whole coronavirus incident, are letting people do a lot more things online, which is actually having a really negative effect on the kids. Don't get me wrong, like, I think kids spend an extraordinarily oh, that wait, they let you do it online, but in the school? I'm confused. Oh, wait, sorry, never mind, I read that wrong. Let you study at home. So how long is, like, your school day? How many hours do you have to be in school? I'm assuming high school? 5. I can't even remember how many hours I had to spend in school. Uh, I remember I always had trouble waking up to get to school. I don't know if it started at 7:15 or that's the time I had to leave the house by. 7, 10, 11, 12. I'm pretty sure it was pretty close to like a full work day that we had to be in school for. Yeah, time moves slower when you're younger too, especially when you're doing something that you have no interest in. I remember what it was like to sit in a classroom and have absolutely nothing to do and be completely uninterested in what is going on. And it really felt like eternity. But when you get a little older, you're gonna wish you had that superpower of having time be endless. Growing up sucks. It's fun for a little bit, but then shit gets real and it's not so fun anymore. My advice is enjoy what you can when you can. And don't get in trouble. Don't fuck up. When I was a kid, my friends and I had a saying, and it was, "You gotta be smart when you're doing dumb shit." So if you're gonna do dumb shit, don't get in trouble, you know? Most teenagers do dumb shit at some point, if not often. Just be smart about it. Ironically. Oh, it's us. The fuck? We have to wake up very early to not even remember what the fuck we forget. I know. That's exactly how I felt about it. And oh my God, it was so weird too, because I had plenty of friends and I was a very social person, but my anxiety was like fucking crazy every time my alarm clock would go off in the morning. Ugh, it just after a certain point, even going to school just filled me with such dread. I just hated it, you know? So much of it is pointless. It is good to have a lot of interaction with people your own age. That element of it is good, but there's so much wasted time. And nowadays, um teachers make it they feel like it's their moral obligation to instill their own political beliefs onto their students, and they treat their students like they're their children, as if they have more say over what a child should believe than their own parents do. As if anybody does anyway. It's up to them in the end to believe what they believe in. It is disgusting. I'm horrified at the shit I see posted that people post proudly. Like they have their classroom head to toe decorated in political flags, yet certain like if you wear the American flag, people get uppity about that. It's actually insane. Like it's crazy. They have like trans flags everywhere, and they're so proud of it. They I've I cannot like I've talked to some people about this, and so often they try to minimalize it like, "Oh, it's not that bad." But it's not that many of them who are doing it. It is. It's a shit ton of them. Like I see all of these teachers who are teaching really young kids, like preschool, kindergarten, like all the way up to high school. And they will be boasting on TikTok and shit about how they're teaching their kids, which are not their children, all this shit about being trans and sexuality and how to have safe gay sex and stuff, and it's like, bro, I had a classmate that snitches, like, what the fuck? What, like a tattletale? There's always one of those. There's literally always one. Every class has one. What they snitch for though? Did Was it deserved? Sometimes it's deserved. And it depends on the situation, you know what I mean? You love buying pride flags? Why? What do you do with them? You make a big kite out of them and fly them in the sky to let everybody know how prideful you are? Pride is apparently a sin, too. Speaking of Christianity, one sec. Oh, man. They hit you? That's crazy, dude. No, it's funny. My school, when I was in school, it was very like, it could be really clicky at times in the sense that, like Mean Girls clicked. There was like the popular kids, and there was kids that would get kind of picked on, but people weren't brawling. Like, it was a lot more common for people to get in actual physical altercations before my time. But I see plenty of videos of kids who live in urban areas getting into like crazy fistfights in school, middle school even. And it's like, what the fuck? And we had petty kid drama going on all the time, but we weren't beating the shit out of each other. That's crazy. That's not fair. Um, that you got in trouble for that. The nerd is the one getting picked on. Are you referring to yourself? Because you said someone hit you. Being a nerd isn't a bad thing, though, per se. Most people are kind of nerdy about something or other. Everyone's got their interests. I wish I was more nerdy. I'd be a lot more intelligent. If I had the attention span to study like some crazy nerd shit all the time, that'd be pretty cool. Why'd they hit you? Was it over some like drama bullshit? Or did they just like knockout game you, like run up and punch you out of nowhere? And also, do you guys know how to make it so people can join the panel on a live stream when you're just streaming from your phone? You don't have like any other apps downloaded for it. I'm streaming right from my YouTube app. They think he has a gang. Well, it sounds like something a gang member would do. Or, a thug. Kids, man, ugh. I know every generation fears for the future of the youth, but man, it's bad. People people idolize degeneracy to such an extreme. Like, it's never cool to put your hands on somebody, especially if they didn't even do anything. He doesn't even have people. Sounds pretty stupid on his part to act like he does and have nothing to back it up. But it wouldn't even be cool if he had people, you know? It it's all stupid. Remember me from yesterday? Oh yeah. How you doing? You have people. What, you mean like hoodlums? Do you fight people? Is that what you're saying? Because it's not cool. Like, ugh, I don't even know how to explain my thoughts on that one. You and your bros. And it's good to have friends, you know? It's good to have people who care about you and will stick up for you, but not good, good. That's what I was saying, was like, it's good to have people that are there for you, but if you had people who would stick up for you by, like, getting into pretend turf wars in high school and shit, that's not cool, it's retarded, you know? Getting in trouble isn't cool. A lot of schools have, zero tolerance policies where even if someone else punched you, if you were involved in a fight, you're also punished, which is crazy. Was that kind of the situation, or were you just, like, totally blamed for it? Or I guess you did say you hit him back, so I guess they would just view that as, like, a fight, which still isn't fair. Because no matter where you are, if someone puts their hands on you, you should have every right to defend yourself, you know? And it's crazy how they expect people, especially kids, to just not hit back if another kid comes up and punches them or, puts their hands on them. No intelligent person should ever put their hands on another person. Unless you're being assaulted, there's no good reason to ever put your hands on someone like that. Not at all. People are crazy. I'm still killing mosquitoes. I have no idea what I'm listening to. Strong, that's good. Bodies that stay in motion stay in motion. It's good to be fit. You have a friend from the USA. His name was Ethan Gendron, aka you. Very famous. I'm very famous myself. I have a whole three people. I have three high schoolers. Or I don't know if all of you are in high school, but we're talking about high school. I am a local celebrity at this point. Three whole people over the course of like nearing 2 hours. Very good stats. I'm going places with this streaming business. Ah, fucking mosquito just bit me in the back. Ugh, little fuckers. Just a minute. Hashtag. Huh. How'd I not hear about this one? I don't think I heard about this one. What was the lowdown on that? Should I watch a video about it right now, or do you want just Tell me what's up with that one. I get the gist, but I don't know the situation. Oh, there's a live stream? Like, of it happening, you mean? It wouldn't be on YouTube. It would've been taken down by now. I tried to look up that recent one that happened, in Vegas with those YouTubers, those live streamers who were beefing with each other. You hear about that one? I looked it up so fast, and it was already taken down. Morbid curiosity, what can I say? I'm still I'm sure there's still a bunch of, websites that have a bunch of crazy shit. I don't wanna go on websites like that, though. But when I was a kid, um, I don't know how long the internet had been around for. It's crazy how fast things evolved, but I had, like, just unrestricted internet access, and I saw some crazy shit when I was, like, in 4th grade. I saw people being beheaded. It was fucked up. Morbid curiosity. What can I say? I digress. Guess what? What? What's the word on the street? Fish sticks are a delicious treat. You are probably too young to remember that reference. Don't leave me hanging. Tell me what. I'm sorry, I know it takes time to type. That's why I wanna figure out how the fuck to add somebody to the panel to talk to them. Traumatized from video of a guy splitting his head in half. How the fuck did he split his head in half by accident? Yesterday, you saw a man getting mad at his chat. That happens a lot. And I literally only just started live streaming, like, what, a day or 2 ago? But if I can't imagine getting mad at people in the chat. Like, off a cliff? Damn, that's crazy. Not a wise move, not a wise move. Yeah, I kinda guessed that part. That's fucked up. That's not funny. I'm sorry. RIP. Or I don't even know how to do that thing, like he was alive? He survived. Oh, till he bled out. Shit. Man, what a rough way to go. Ooh, that's gnarly. I don't know how I would wanna go. Probably overdose. Mother, if you watch this back, I'm not saying I want to do drugs. I'm just saying that would probably be an okay way to go because you would, like, not be with it and you would just kinda go to sleep, you know? If I had to pick a way. Like, I wouldn't want anything super excruciating like that. What happened to that guy, that must have been a horrible way to go. But, shit, what was I gonna say? I don't know. I don't know, give me a topic. Give me something to talk about. It's tricky because I can get on some tangents, but I also don't want to tell the world way too many. I don't want to like gossip about people, you know. I don't want to divulge too much information. But I'll give my opinions on things. Someone here is possessed by an Orlando, by an owl. I'm sorry, possessed by an owl. Uh, um, some people believe that owls are aliens or a sign that aliens are near. But what the fuck are you talking about? How does one become possessed by an owl? How did the owl do that? There's 2 owls that hang out right outside, and I was so pissed I wasn't recording back when before my cat died. I was taking him out at night, on his little trail back there, is the bathroom, and these 2 owls flew right over my head out of a tree. A witch? So okay, so are you saying the owl is the witch? Or one of the witch's minions, so to speak? Did the witch get turned into an owl? I'm confused. How does all this shit go? Also, do you believe it? Bebin? I don't know what that. I'm so confused. I'm so lost. I was just talking yesterday about this dude, a witch can turn into an owl. Oh, like vampires, only witchier. Interesting, interesting. I haven't heard that one. Um, I used to work with this guy who he was from some island. Lech Let is it Lechusa or Lecusa? Lecusa. Lechusa. I don't know. Anyway, this guy I used to work with. He was from some island I have never fucking heard of. Apparently it's like teeny tiny island, barely anyone's ever heard of it. Um it it was like a tiny little village, and they're very spiritual, and, there was kind of like a spiritualist witch doctor kinda dude. He was almost like a priest of the village in a way, but for spirits, and he said that, there was a couple who had a sick baby or something. Something happened with his father told him, "Climb this mountain with something, with, like, herbs or ashes or something, and release it and speak to the spirits and, like, ask them to help the baby," and he swears that the baby was fine the next day. Don't know if I don't think I believe that one, but there's a lot of weird shit that happens in our universe that's totally coincidental, but every once in a while something happens and it's like, that's pretty wacky quinky dink, you know? Lechusa? Interesting. So, man, I really want to figure out how to add people to the video. I'm so boring. My brain is like scrambled eggs right now. I can't think of any good topics to talk about. I feel so bad that all three of you are just watching me slowly read a very small chat and talk about nothing, pretty much. I'm gonna click a button, okay, and I don't know what it does, so bear with me for a moment. Oh shit. Highlight save? I just saved a highlight. I didn't That's not what I hoped it would do. Scary shit indeed. If that's true, I mean, I can't say I believe it. I haven't witnessed anything that would lead me to come to the conclusion that that is a real thing, but if it is real, that is fucking terrifying. But at least they say there's good witches too. White witches. Every Wiccan I've ever met though, they're batshit insane. They're usually just like uh kind of punk people who smoke a lot of weed and like to just tell everyone that they're witches and they really don't know shit about what they're talking about. That's the people around here though. I'm not saying everyone, you know. What is the craziest paranormal slash like it could be paranormal, I guess, well, any of the topics I was just about to list are paranormal, like spiritual, witchy. What's the spookiest, craziest thing you've witnessed? I saw some crazy shit in the sky back before the constant drones flying around was a thing. Scary shit in Guatemala. Yeah, there's I think I think it was Guatemala. You know those channels on YouTube where all they do is play like scary or like haunted this or that caught on tape? I feel like a lot of that comes from that part of the world. So maybe it really is haunted, or maybe it's just a lot of people subscribe to that belief, you know? And I'm sure there's a lot of very real scary shit that happens there too. Have you ever been to I am so bad with geography. Have you ever been to Chile? I've never traveled anywhere. That's one thing, and I should have paid more attention in school to geography, probably, but I also haven't traveled anywhere, don't really plan to. I'd go on a road trip, but I'm terrified of flying in Guatemala. A black and white wolf. Hmm. Well, some people say that there are no wolves in Maine. That's so not true. There's a lot of coyotes for sure, but I'm so pissed I didn't get to see it. One night at the place I used to live at, there was a wounded deer. It was the winter time. There used to be, well, there still is, but when I lived there, right across the street from my house, there was a river and the most beautiful trail. I probably have videos, old shorts of it, on my YouTube channel still. I have endless footage of that place. It was just my favorite place to go. And in the wintertime, the river would be like partially frozen, obviously, at times. And there was a bloody deer struggling to climb out of the river and it got itself up, and it was just standing there in shock, and apparently, my boyfriend said that he saw a wolf that was, like, attacking the deer, and it ran off when we went down there, but I didn't get to see the wolf. Black one is bad, white one is good. Just like as a spiritual kind of like how, some people believe that white cats bring good luck, or white cats with pink paws bring good luck. It's like a bad black wolf is a bad omen. Gotcha. Hmm. Yeah, I think we do have wolves around here, just not very many at all. I was hoping I haven't been seeing, like, any foxes lately, which really sucks. Cause as I said earlier, I really like foxes. Same girl guys I'm talking about, that channel was really popular with one people. Huh. Boy, what even is that word? Oh, protects. Oh, okay. Ugh. Oh, the white one protects people. Got it. Maybe black cats are bad luck. I've had a lot of bad luck in my life. Everything it could it it could be me borrowing trouble though, as they say. I think therefore I am. You know, you think something's gonna go wrong and it does. 'Cause it's like I'm cursed where anytime I think something could go wrong, it does every time. And I had a black cat for a good chunk of all those years. He lived quite a long time. I got him when I was a freshman in high school, I think, and he just died. I'm not gonna say how much of an old lady I am, though. I won't say how old he was exactly. I don't wanna feel like any more of a geezer than I already am. Right? It's either when it rains, it pours, you know? It's either smooth sailing or it's like the end of the world. But also, you're in high school, right? And everything when you're in high school, everything feels so much more important and, like, intense, whether it's good or bad. It feels like it's the end of the world when something bad happens. And then in retrospect, it really wasn't that bad. But what you feel at the time is very real. So, but you gotta make the best of it. For how many years? Well, then if I said how many years he lived, then that would say how old I am, pretty much. Well, I actually don't know the exact number of years, but he was a teenager. I'll say that much. He was an old man cat. I am in my 20s. I'll say that. And I got him when I was in high school. So he got to be a teenager. Getting old sucks though. I know I'm not old, but after you're not a kid anymore, you once you're in your mid-20s, you start being like, "Man, the end is nigh, even though it's like a quarter of your lifespan, maybe, depending. It could be almost your entire lifespan if, God forbid. I definitely feel like an old lady physically, but I did fracture my spine in a car accident, so that doesn't help. But if you guys ever get like a crazy, well, I guess I shouldn't give medical advice. I'm not a doctor, obviously, or a chiropractor. But so what happened was my ex-boyfriend had to drive me to work. It was a long time ago. Um, my ex-boyfriend had to drive me to work. I lived very far away from where I work. It still hurts, but like it's weird. I can do a lot. I'm in good shape, but it's like I can't lay on my stomach for more than a minute or else like I don't know, something gets thrown out of whack. Sometimes if I push myself too hard, which I do a lot, um I like if I get way too much exercise and I wake up in the morning, especially in the cold months, every once in a while I'll wake up and I like can't walk for a few minutes. But it like comes and goes. Like last year I kept a baseball bat near the bed just in case like I had to I had to like walk with a cane like an old lady. But I can still do, like it's weird, it comes and goes, you know what I mean? It's not like a constant thing. At the time, I thought I was gonna be like a cripple. It was some scary shit. But, he was my only ride to work. We lived really far away from, where I worked at the time, and so I had no other choice, and I had my suspicions that he was fucked up at the time, but I couldn't be sure. And I was not as assertive as I should have been. So I was like, okay, I won't accuse until it's like obvious and undeniable. And the more we get going down the road, the more evident it is that he's like extremely fucked up and shouldn't be driving. And it was right after I told him, I'm like, "You need to pull over. You need to get someone else to drive." And he was like, "Stop bitching. Me. Shut the fuck up. I'm fine. What are you talking about?" And we go around this turn. It wasn't even that fast. It was like 25 miles an hour. And the dog was in the car too. I felt so bad for the dog. He was okay. Dog was okay, but he was terrified. And I think it was a Jeep. It was some kind of Jeep at the time. So we go around the turn, and right before that, he was like swerving all over the road. And the car goes up and then into a ditch sideways. And so the car is like totally on its side, on my side of the car. And dumbass me, I had just clicked my seatbelt on, but it was on. And the top of my head hit the roof of the car and I came crashing down. So like my spine, my lower back just went like and it's such a weird thing. I don't know if you've been in a car accident before, but being in shock, I've never broken anything else to my knowledge before that. So I thought I was okay, but I wasn't sure. And there was an ambulance there in like 2 seconds because the people who were driving in front of us, they could see how much he was swerving and they already started to call 911 because they're like, this dude's gonna crash. And I had to climb out of the driver's side of the car to get out. And next thing I know, an EMT's like, "Are you okay?" And I was just like, "I don't know." And then, so I stayed in shock the whole time I was at the hospital. I think I was 17. I remember my mom was really pissed that the hospital let me sign myself out, because I did not I hate like, going to the doctors, anything medical, it gives me the heebie-jeebies, I don't like it. So I let them check me for internal bleeding, and that was it. I didn't get an X-ray or anything, and I should've. And, so as soon as they would let me, I signed myself out of the hospital, and as I'm starting to walk out of the hospital, I get down the hallway, and all of a sudden, the shock wears off, the adrenaline wears off, and I can't walk all of a sudden, and I was like, "Oh, man, I fucked up." I definitely should have let them check me out. But, I don't know, like, how much they could have done other than give you some sort of, like, back brace. Like, what are they gonna do? They just gotta let it heal. But I definitely shouldn't have been doing any heavy lifting, and I did after that, and apparently my back healed wrong. I don't but they didn't elaborate on that, so apparently it healed wrong, but it did heal. Um, but they said they couldn't see any nerves being pinched when I finally did get an X-ray. So I don't know what's up with that, but it's definitely still fucked up. Um, but anyway, I saw this specialist for one appointment, and he gave me this advice that I thought sounded so dumb. He said, "What you should do is a bunch of planks, and you should build muscle in your lower back." And it turns out he was right. It helped so much. I didn't do a lot of planking. I wasn't about to do that. But that was the same year that I started landscaping, and I got shredded doing landscaping. I worked so hard and I built so much muscle in my back that it actually, in the long run, helped my back so much. But on the days where something gets thrown out of whack, it's like I can't walk all of a sudden, but then it just goes away. Don't know what's up with that. Hi. Now I've got one whole viewer. I really gotta figure out how to do this whole, inviting people on panel thing. I don't know how to do that. What? There's 2 people. It only tell it's showing 1 person in the chat. That's so weird. Huh. A lot of the time when I upload videos, it'll say I have no views even though I know people have already watched it, but it takes time to, like, register it for some reason. So, maybe it's just saying there's 1 person in the chat when there's really 2. Maybe okay, I'm gonna click a different button now. Maybe this will let me add people. I don't know if you guys wanna do a video chat or not. I don't know, but I'd like to figure out how to do it anyways. Uh-oh, I don't know what oh, send invite link to guest. Oh, so I can copy the link and paste it in the chat, right? And I wouldn't blame you for not wanting to to be on, but I wanna learn how to do it. I'm pretty sure you just copy the link and then you put it in the chat, and then anyone who wants to can join. I don't know what will pop up. I've seen other people do it, but they usually use, like, a different streaming service, um, and they'll be streaming, like, on Kick, Rumble, and YouTube. So it doesn't look the same on my phone as it does on their computer/phone, whatever they're using. But I don't know, I'll throw the link out there and see what happens. Maybe some random person will show up. Top chat, live chat, none. How do I type in my own chat? What? Oh, I had it on Top Chat this whole time. Dude, why won't it let me type in my own chat? I got the same message that pops up with every chat you enter that's like, "Welcome to chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by community guidelines." But there's no option for me to chat. Like, what the I don't know. What is going on? It's so weird. I don't understand this. I know it let me copy the link to share with people, but it won't let me type anything in my own chat. I'm being exiled from my own chat. This is so weird. What the fuck? That is so strange. I don't get this. Like, there's an icon right there with a chat bubble. Oh, in a settings thing. And it just gives me the same settings everyone else gets to show the top chat or live chat or nobody. It's on live chat now. I guess the reason I didn't see some messages was because it was only on top chat. But there is nowhere for me to type anything. I know, I know. I'm amazed that anyone has stuck around to watch this. I can only imagine what this looks like on your end. This is so weird. What the fuck? I'm gonna have to look at some tutorials or something. I'm feeling like an old now I'm really feeling like an old person. I can't even figure out how to chat in my own chat. How does this happen? You'd think it'd be so like simple, but there's literally there's nothing. Like there's nothing left for me to click on. I don't get this. Maybe I have to start streaming through StreamYards or something. What phone? I think it's a uh, Galaxy I can't remember. Shitty Galaxy phone. Yeah, and honestly, the problem is probably me not knowing how to do it. It's probably just me being retarded, honestly, and having really bad uh cellular connection out here. That's the reason for the glitchiness. I don't know why it won't let me chat in my own chat though. I don't get that. Like there should be a spot for me to do that under the chat. And there's not. Very weird. I don't know. I'm just gonna start clicking some buttons here. Share with your audience. No, that's just sharing the stream in and of itself. Uh, I don't know. A10s? I don't know what that even is. I'm old. I have dementia. I think I did download Streamlabs though. I could try that. I could come back in a minute through Streamlabs. But I was hoping I could just use the YouTube app and delete that. I was hoping it'd be simpler. More simple. This is So strange. M. Dot M. Channel activity, add as a moderator. This is so weird. Very entertaining for you guys, I'm sure. Oh my god. Maybe I have to like go back and change a setting or something. I don't know. Mosquitoes. It might stop if I open another tab. I don't know. I have no clue what I'm doing. Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad someone had some mild entertainment out of this. Thanks. I will be right back. I'm gonna try to figure this out. Even though I know nobody's gonna want to come on and video chat with me right now, probably. I'm still gonna try and figure it out. Just so the option is there. So someday it can be more entertaining. I think I might just do it through Streamlabs. I don't know. I'll have to Google it. I'll just Google it. Peace out. Have a good night. I might be back. I don't know. I might not. I've I've had a cooked pizza just chilling in the oven for like an hour now. I hear you. Have a good night. Yeah, I'll just end this one. I'll do some research and I'll come back at some point tomorrow. Okay. Tune in again if you want. If you want to put yourself through this psychological warfare that is this glitchy shit fest. But I hope you guys have a good night, random internet strangers. I was entertained. The Burger King guy, that was some good shit. That was not funny. That was very bad, not funny. I disavow, but it was funny. Okay, bye. Have a good night.